What's up, core reporters? Welcome back to my channel. This is another Love is Blind spoiler video. So if you do not want any spoilers, please click out of the video now. What we're going to get into is a certain castmate from the show named Uche confronting another castmate who goes by the name of Lydia and accusing her basically of stalking him, like literally following him onto the show because she is obsessed with him. This is a theory that a lot of people have had online about Lydia. They said that she purposely befriended Aaliyah and got like uncomfortably close to her really quickly just to try to weasel her way back into Uche's life. I am now starting to see what you guys are saying. I am believing the rumors. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, but it really is looking like that is the case, unless Uche is manipulating us. Don't forget that that is always a possibility. Men can be slimy, just like women can be slimy, right? They can deflect, make another person look crazy to make themselves look good when they are playing the field. So I've got receipts and timestamps. In fact, Netflix actually spoiled this plot twist in their season trailer. And so that's exactly what you see right here on that little box. We're going to go through it scene by scene. Okay. So all these clips are only like 2 seconds long. So do make sure to listen as closely as possible. If you miss it, don't hesitate to rewind, okay, and hear it again, because these are really short clips and you have to know what you're looking for in order to see how it all pieces together. Okay, shall we? So here's the first portion of things that shows that he wants to get back Aaliyah. So he and Aaliyah are going to have a sit down similar to the sit down that Zach and Bliss had the last season of the show, season 4, where they come face to face, because guess what? In episode 4 of this season, Aaliyah ends up ghosting Uche when he was ready to propose to her, and he is not yet ready to just let her go. And so that is why they ultimately end up having some sort of a lunch date or something like that in order for him to try to win her back. And that's important because it brings a lot of context to the other things that he's going to be saying that are very obviously about Lydia. So let's start off with what he's saying here around the 5-second mark of this trailer, shall we?
I think about you for the rest of my life.
Women are getting territorial.
When you love somebody, you don't just leave without telling them anything.
So there you go. When you love somebody, you don't just leave without telling them anything. That is about Aaliyah leaving him, stranded or just hanging when he wanted to propose to her on the show. And so if you watch my recap on episode 4, I did say that I was pro Aaliyah in that situation. I think she did the right thing. Uche and Lydia are foul for what it is that they did. And the situation with Lydia is just so skeevy, to be honest with you. I would be running the other way as well. So alas. And so you actually even get to see her make a little bit of a cameo there as well. So she looked really cute with like her curls popping and whatnot. And then a little bit later, about 52 seconds into the trailer, you don't see who he's confronting, but you see him. And just by listening to his words, you'll know exactly who he's talking about. So let's go.
She planned for us to both be here.
So he is having a lunch with Aaliyah, okay? So there she is, and then that's his voice in the audio. So let's listen again. I thought he was confronting Lydia head on, but he's talking to Aaliyah about Lydia in this scene. So let's listen again.
I like you better without makeup so bad.
She planned for us to both be here because she couldn't let me go.
So bad.
She planned for us to both be here because she couldn't let me go. Now, who could that possibly be about? We all know that he loves Aaliyah. He's hurt that she left him, hanging and everything. And the only other love interest that we saw him have was Lydia. And it wasn't a love interest within the pods or anything like that. It was a true real life love interest. To be honest with you guys, I don't think that there was a real relationship between the two of them. I think that they were just like F buddies. And then Lydia got caught up and wanted it to be more. But alas, it's just incredible to me that you could chase someone who you only had like an in the sheets kind of relationship with on this level. These are just not Milton. These are just Uche's claims about her, so they are not automatically true. But nonetheless, if they are true, I would be quite scared of that girl if I were him. So mind you, you do see him talking to Milton as well. Let me take this off so you can see the actual scene as he continues to talk about Lydia. Shall we? Bum, 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 bum. Is this off the screen so that we can go to the next little bit where he's talking to Milton? Yep. Okay, let's go.
I can't breathe.
I'm about to make the biggest decision of my life. You're trying to get back with me.
You're trying to get back with me. So he is talking directly to Lydia at that point. Is it the scene where she's wearing the dress? Not necessarily. It could have been any other scene because they're always chopping and screwing these scenes around. In fact, it was difficult for me to tell if he was talking about Lydia directly to Aaliyah or if it was to Milton. But now in hindsight, it's starting to look like in this scene with the wooden panel behind him, he is talking to Milton about Lydia. It seems like Uche went and tried to warn Milton, hey, Lydia is not being honest with you. She is still in love with me. She followed me onto the show to try to get back with me. And then he later confronts her when he says, you're trying to get back with me. So that's obviously something directly aimed at Lydia herself. So the rest of the season is going to be super duper explosive. I do urge you guys to go and rewatch the trailer now that you've already seen the first 4 episodes, because now we know who gets engaged, who has these love triangles, these heartbreaks, this, whatever. It gives you a lot more context to go off of. In fact, another spoiler alert, it looks like Johnny is going to be able to worm her way into Chris's life. You know how they like bring back the old castmates? I think that they might hit it off in person or something like that. Not saying it'll lead to an engagement, but it does seem like something further is going to go along there. Now, when we get into Uche trying to warn Milton that Lydia is in love with him or obsessed with him and following him on the show and everything, I just want to talk about how ironic it is, right? Because at this point, Uche thinks that Milton is a very genuine person who is on the show for the right reasons. He's like this nerdy little 24-year-old who just wants to get married before his frontal cortex is developed. But no, if you go back and watch the other Love is Blind video that I posted earlier today, there was another spoiler alert, okay? And the spoiler alert came from Milton's ex-girlfriend. She posted a video on TikTok before the season started airing, and she spoiled the ending of what's going to happen between Milton and Lydia and why all of that is happening. So if you want information on that, definitely, first of all, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any more tea. Second of all, just check it out. I posted it a couple of hours ago. It's still fresh, hot off the press. Okay. So at this point, although Uche is saying these things, I still don't know if I believe him that Lydia followed him all the way here and was so diabolical. Like, I'm sorry, but men have a way of making women look crazy or like stalkerish when a lot of the times that's not even the case. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the times they're out there doing like shady things and then projecting them onto the women. So I'm not sure, but just based off the way Lydia was obsessed with Aaliyah, I kept telling Aaliyah that she sees herself in her. And then she asked Uche if he wanted to start from scratch with her. And then it seemed like she was more into the relationship than he was. And then he immediately shot her down at the possibility of starting over. I might have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm such a girl's girl that it pains me to give someone else the benefit of the doubt over, one of my girls. But Lydia, I'm sorry, babe, you've painted yourself as a little bit like obsessive on this show and like desperate. So I'm gonna have to take Uche at his word and stand by for the new episodes to drop and watch how he confronts things, how he explains his situation with Lydia to Aaliyah, if she's gonna take him back. I also want to see how Milton reacts to the stuff that he tells her about Lydia. But now knowing what I know about how things end up, I don't know. I don't know what to say there. And I want to see how Lydia feels about all of this. Lydia is not going to take this lying down. She came on the show to get married to anybody. Okay, somebody, anybody, please choose this girl. And she is not going to take too kindly to her ex-friends with benefit trying to blow up her spot, make her look crazy, and get her fiance to dump her. And listen, can you blame her? She is a girl on a mission, right? And by the way, every time I see this picture, I'm like, girl, your body is banging. That color looks incredible on you. She looks really, really lovely here. So just want to point that out. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this? Are you looking forward to watching Uche confront Lydia and start telling people that she is his stalker? She traveled high and low and found him on the show to try to like blind date him into getting back together with her. Lord, I just don't know what to say. I am absolutely shook. Make sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions, okay? In the comment section down below. Again, subscribe if you haven't yet. I do cover all things Love is Blind, so there will be a lot more tea coming soon. And as usual, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.